Hello, I am Dan.
And I'm Can.
She loves the mask.
And this is Candid Conversations.
Oh, you didn't have your thing on. Yeah, in your face. Don't come after me when you don't have your button pushed.
Gosh. Court is in session. And that is considered guilty. You're guilty as charged. I don't like that thing. For those who are just listening and not seeing the video, he has a Michael Myers costume that I do not like. It's creepy.
It's Halloween today.
It is.
So
Happy Halloween.
I'm in the mood. I'm getting ready to go out and
I like Halloween too,
teenagers.
but I just don't like that costume. It's creepy. It scared me.
I
don't like it. I don't want to see you in it.
I'm going to just sit in bed like this with the whole outfit on.
No, I'm going to dress up like a hot dog.
And then,
or an avocado.
Okay, avocado might
I'll dress
work.
up as
a hot dog. I'd be tempted to eat. I'd be like, nummy hot dog.
I'll dress up as an avocado then.
I'm not a huge avocado fan.
I'll dress up as SpongeBob.
I like SpongeBob.
I gotta be something. What do you not like?
Reese's peanut butter cup.
Peanut butter. I'm gonna dress up as a jar of peanut butter. Could I?
I'm sure there's a costume out there.
I could make a costume. I like ones that people make. It's fun. It's fun to see it.
It's fun to
Anyways.
see. What do you got for us tonight, dear wife?
Well, okay. First, I'm going to segue into it because it's a completely different subject than Halloween. But I want to use Halloween as an example of it first. So, Halloween, when we were evangelical, not when you were Catholic, because when you were Catholic, you liked Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
But when you were evangelical,
Halloween
you
had
to. Okay, yes, we all know that. We've heard it lots.
That's what I used to say when
Dan.
I was a second grader. I'd be like, Daddy, Halloween's the shit.
Okay, well.
And he'd be like,
sorry,
well, son, it's the bee's knees. That's how my dad talks.
Doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't. No. He doesn't. You guys, it's he said, she said. But I'm going to tell you, your dad did not talk like that.
That's
he probably
did
said, yeah, it is the shit. Now give me your candy. Let me look through it.
That's what she said.
That's more your dad. No, I'm not following. That one's not tracking for me.
It's not supposed to. You said it was a he said, she said, and I just said that's what she said.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the let me dig through the candy, and I was just like, brain broke.
Segue.
Anyways, so Halloween, I was trained to believe it was evil. There was wickedness lurking around every corner. There was people who wanted to kidnap kids. There was poison being put in candy, right? There were seances in the sewers. It was evil. It was all evil. God hated it, right?
Devil's birthday.
Now I see Halloween as one of the more beautiful holidays, or just the traditions, just kind of celebrating harvest. I get that, but I also like just people giving candy to complete stranger kids. They go out and spend because candy is pricey right now, right? It's gone up. And they spend money on candy for children, and children put on costumes. It's fun for them. It's enjoyable for the people to see all these different costumes and these kids, and even adults, they dress in costumes and have costume parties. And there's, but mostly like the trick-or-treating part, it's like kind of community. There's a lot of people out walking in their, neighborhood. And that doesn't happen as much as often anymore. So it's just like, I just feel like it's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And just thinking how you can have these different perspectives and you see it from a whole different perspective, right? So, and one one point of view, one worldview. It's everything's bad, so I'm going to seed things that back that up, right? Cognitive bias, right?
Yeah.
Confirmation bias, that's what I'm looking for. So it's going to see all the negative. Oh, that's scary. Those skeletons are scary. Those monsters are scary, whatever. But now I see a lot of beauty. I think, oh, it's fun. They're getting, like, I'll be out and people are starting to decorate because they want to get it ready for Halloween. You know, the kids will be coming soon and they're getting things ready. And, you know, when people go to all the work of the haunted houses and stuff, like we went to a haunted house. Was that last weekend?
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago?
Last weekend, you didn't see me at all.
Oh, yeah, you were working all weekend. We went and just, they stay in character, but then they still kind of mess with you and they're kind of playful. And I like that part. I like it when they seem human, right? Mm-hmm. Because those things are scary to me. I don't know why I'm so jumpy, but... And just them doing that, them being playful and them putting all the work they put into creating these spaces just to give us a fright, which is what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to segue into from that. It's completely different, but it's the same concept of looking at things from two different points of view. So in evangelical Christianity, we were taught that the end, like our life really begins after we die, right? That's when the real good stuff happens, right?
Yeah.
And so we lived our lives a certain way to basically, we were kind of taught to treat this life as like a training ground, like where you're going to go through really hard stuff.
Here's an analogy. See if this analogy will work for you.
Okay.
You have a football team. You practice 5 days a week. It's tough. It's rough. Coaches try to design practice to be tougher than what the game would be so that the game is easier and you do well. Mm-hmm. The game is the easy part of the week. Mm-hmm. If you're coached well through the week. That's kind of what religion was, faith was. This life is the practice. You're doing all the hard work.
Yeah,
you're
it's the hard
weights.
stuff. The hard stuff is here. Yeah.
You're doing all the drills. You're doing all the conditioning. You're doing all the extra hitting and learning of the plays and learning the other team's plays to get you ready so that the easy part and where all the glory comes, because you don't get any glory in practice. The glory comes when the cameras are shining on the game and you score that touchdown or you make that great tackle.
And then you can be kind of like, to those down in hell, I told you so. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah. But if you think about that, like, yeah, you don't get to enjoy it. And this is something that I still struggle with sometimes, and it's a remnant from evangelical Christianity, like really enjoying the moment without thinking, okay, when's the other shoe gonna fall, or whatever. Oh, yeah. Like feeling guilty for enjoying life, right? You really, if you're enjoying it, then, because sin is the enjoyable thing, right? So if you're enjoying it, you're probably sinning somewhere. That's kind of what was kind of taught, right? Yeah. So now I want to just, obviously we don't believe that way anymore, but let's just have like
good, it's a sin.
pretty much, right? But if you, that's when you're getting into like fundamental Christianity, which we were in for a while.
Oh yeah.
But I want to kind of think of, so we saw the end of life and life from that point of view, and I want to view it from the point of view, if we are living, I want to take it to like from a different viewpoint. So let's say reincarnation is real. Let's say we are here, we chose to be here. I'm not talking about the reincarnation where you have to come back because you're forced to pay off some karmic debt or anything. Yeah. I'm saying you live this experience, you chose to do it. It's kind of like a game. You came in, you kind of designed some things with other people that are in your life. Like, this is what we're going to do. You're going to play this role. I'm going to play this role. And let's just see like what happens and how we do. How would you live your life differently from an evangelical Christian if that is your true point of view? Mm-hmm. So
how would I? Well, I think I'm going to think of it a little different way. I'm going to answer your question without answering your question at all. I think.
Okay, so you're going to be a politician.
Yeah, no, but it's going to answer the question.
All right.
I'd like to approach life more like this: of this is all an experiment. Mm-hmm. So I'm here to experience this world. and experience all the feelings and emotions and tastes and just all the senses that I possibly can. And to see what, you're just trying to figure out in this vessel that I'm in, what's enjoyable.
What you like and what you don't like, yeah.
Yeah, if I attack the world that way, then I'm going to become I am a well-rounded individual, but I could become more of a mentally well-rounded individual.
Carry on.
Carry on.
The self-deprecation is great.
But to be more well-rounded, just so I can understand that this is an experience that I'm supposed to be doing. And that kind of ties into what I kind of believe of this deity that's out there, this thing that unites us. It's wanting to experience the world in different ways. So it lets people create different ways to experience the world, whether it be through this shell that I'm in right now, or whether it's the dog or a tree. Just be able to experience all of that and tie it together and learn from that to see how to maximize the best of what you can get here. Which I think is completely different than what it was before of follow these rules, deprive yourself of a lot of these experiences. Because
so that you can get a prize later, right?
So don't drink, don't do drugs.
So basically you're saying go get drunk and do lots of drugs? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. Do all the drugs, all of them. See which ones you like the best. No.
You don't do drugs. No. Let's put that in there because you have a job that requires that you don't.
Well, I'm guaranteeing that I'm going to get tested next week. So.
Are you?
Well, now after they hear this episode, don't worry, I'll pass. But so there were two examples, but some of the things that, in relationship, we deprived ourselves of physical intimacy until marriage. So you spent a good chunk of your life not listening to the needs and desires of your own body. Because that was forbidden. Or
not, and not necessarily not listening to it, shaming it.
Yeah,
it's perfect, evil. Yeah. Something's wrong with it. But something's wrong with me.
But that didn't even stop at marriage, because then there's certain aspects of marriage that are like...
No, because I'm programmed now.
Yeah, they're taboo.
Right? I was programmed.
Oh, we don't do that. It's, that's something filthy people do. We don't try any of that stuff. No. We're going to stay missionary, and that's it.
Okay, I wasn't really like that, though, surprisingly.
No, but, there's still taboo things that exist. There are
still things that I struggle with, yes, but... And that just might be preference. It could just be preference. It doesn't mean you're going to like everything.
No, but you don't know until you know.
No, that's true, but it's also... You don't have to be, if it's something you don't want to try, you don't have to try it.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is...
And it's not saying
to not shame it, first of all.
Kind of back to the drugs and alcohol thing, too. It's just because it's available doesn't mean you have... If you're not interested in, doing weed or mushrooms, then don't.
Yeah.
If that's not something you are desiring to experience in this world, don't do it.
It's also not like giving in to pressure just because... Everybody else is doing it, so you need to do it, right? We don't want that either. Yeah, but it is like if you have a desire to try something and it's not harmful to you or others, that should be something you can explore, right?
Yeah.
If you have the means to do so.
Yeah, it's taking off the restrictions of everything, but understanding to listen to yourself also. Just because it's there doesn't mean it should be done.
No.
Because it might not... It's just not an interest to you, and there's probably a reason for that, because it's something. But also,
be willing to try different things, like go outside your box. Like sometimes it might be something that you think you're not interested in, but you are willing to give it a try, and you do, and you find something you like. That happens, right? That's something that happens
too. And that's more of the. And I'm listing off some extreme things, but some of the more practical things. Just taken from the Christian aspect. I like to cook. I don't mind cooking, preparing meals. So we experimented with me doing meals for a while. Now we were forced into that experiment because you couldn't walk.
Yeah.
But what we found out was, hey, this kind of actually works. It frees you up to do more things that you want to pursue. I didn't mind it so much, and it could take some of the burden off of you. So I can experiment a little bit with the food and dishes and stuff like that and see and watch the kids reject all the new experiments that I try.
I told you.
And then be heartbroken because I put all this effort into it and they don't like it a little bit. No. But it was an experiment that we tried that ended up benefiting us, but we would never have known unless we were actually probably forced into it. Maybe eventually we'd have got there when you got frustrated and expressed it to me. But at that point, we got into it. And there's been a number of things that have happened like that. You know, different things. You got into hypnotherapy, something you never would have approached.
No.
But you were sitting there and you were listening to yourself and listening to what desires and ideas were coming in. And this stuff was just presenting itself to you. And you're like, I could do that. And you did.
I mean, I was open to trying something, and yes, like it's something I never would have thought of, but yet it very much fits me. I'm kind of an unconventional person, just always have been. I like doing things outside the box. I like helping people. I love helping people, and I love like one-on-one. Yeah, but I love any way I can help you. I think it's like perfect. It's a perfect combo for me, but I never would have tried it had I thought I had to fit a role. And if I thought I couldn't work outside the home, if I thought hypnosis was evil, if I didn't understand it still, you know what I'm saying? Like that it was about mind control, which it's not, by the way. It's about you getting control of your own mind back. But yeah, like I think living from a perspective now of life it's much more precious. Because first of all, we don't know. Like, I know Christians talk like they know, but in reality, they don't have a fucking clue like anybody else. No. They don't know, right? And if we go with near-death experiences, most of them have a very similar experience in that, I mean, atheists have this, Christians have this, Muslims have this, Hindus have this. It's a very similar experience in that it's unconditional love, right?
To flatten,
if there is anything.
To go in the way back machine, when we talked to Daniel, near-death experiences were very much regionally biased. So Middle Easterners had a Middle Eastern bias to their near-death experience.
Yeah, it can be
Americans
something that your mind,
So the people around here all have similar ones because that's what society teaches is when you're inundated all the time that there's a heaven. I mean, people, you can go up to anyone that's been around in America for a while and say, what's heaven? And they'll tell you, pearly gates, Michael, or Gabriel.
Well, Christian, I was going to say something
even
like that. Even
non-Christians are going to understand it because it's so much in the culture that's what the mind's going to associate on that near-death experience.
Because there's pictures of it and movies and all the things that have been programmed into us.
Yeah, it's programmed into us. But if someone's in China or Japan, maybe not Japan because that's more Western, but China, they're going to have a different near-death experience because of what's been programmed into them, what's going on.
Yeah. I do think I have a book on it. I haven't finished reading it. I was talking to Daniel about it too, but where it talks about like there is some uniformity. It's not all just completely random. Like there is some, but and I think a lot of it is like just this.
Yeah, but if you look at all the religions in the world, there's uniformity in that too.
Yes, but what I'm saying is like an unconditional love. Like there are some where it's hell. There are. But all of these, we don't know if this is just the mind producing an effect. We don't know because you can't know. Nobody has come back and told us, and they'll say Jesus did. Okay, but we're just basing that off of hearsay, right? Because none of us saw this person living and then dead and then back to life. We're believing without seeing, right? We're believing that there's something. And I do believe that we don't just cease to exist, but let's just say we did, even play that, then life becomes extremely precious, right? It's this one shot to just enjoy it, right? Of course you're going to want to enjoy it, and you're not going to try to if you think that it's true for you, then you think if you think that there's nothing after this existence, then you think that's true for your neighbor and everyone else, right? So you want them to enjoy life too. You're not trying to like hurt people. It's almost like a lot of times it's kind of like religious people that do these crimes against other people and kill.
But that's the problem, is when you think because I like this, then everyone else is going to like it. And that's not how the world works. We're all different individuals. I like eating steak.
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying too. I think we're talking past each other a little bit. I'm just saying, like, an atheist's point of view, they're going to be more loving in this lifetime than even a Christian, because if a Christian thinks that hell is, and they got to get you to not go to hell, well, then they're going to try to restrict you in all sorts of ways, to restrict your life, to squander your life, because there's a promise that you're going to get this future life. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to go burn in this hell, right? So they're going to treat you not as loving as an atheist would. Like, atheists might be thinking, this is all you get, and then you don't know anything afterwards. Like, I want you to enjoy it. I want you to enjoy existing and feeling what it feels like to exist, like fully embrace it, right? Or someone like that believes like I do now, where it's like it is an experiment. We're just source experimenting through this body and this time with these cells and this personality. Like, what does this feel like? What do I like to do in this container? Like, how do I act? What do I want to act like? What do I want to do? You know, like, it's more enjoyable. You get to, like, you're actually in the moment more. You're not like trying to escape. You get to be curious. You don't know a lot. There's not a lot of certainty, but the one thing you do know is right now I exist in this moment. I'm here. And I don't know much else, but I want to just enjoy this moment. Whereas with Christianity, when we're, for me, I can only speak for there was a sense of wanting to escape all the time. Like, Jesus, come back and get me out of this motherfucking place because it's so terrible. I don't want to be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, we're living, like, how much different would we live life if we didn't think we needed to just endure suffering for suffering's sake, because that gave us something afterwards. Because a lot of the people that preach it are not doing that. They're not suffering like that. You know what I'm saying? There are some, but some of these preachers or these politicians that are like trying to push Christianity, this Christian nationalist stuff, they're living pretty comfortably. You know what I'm saying? They're enjoying life. They're able to take the vacation, spend time with their kids if they want. They're not spending their days cleaning and cooking and,
but
running
that's what
errands.
I was saying back a little bit earlier, where you thought we were talking past each other. They have this experience that's working great for them. So you see these Christian nationalists.
Okay, when you say they, what do you, Christian nationalists.
So this Christian nationalist, that's life is pretty good, or so it appears.
Well, yeah.
And it's the man, so of course, everything's catered towards him. He's the head, he's the power, he's the ruler. Life's pretty damn good. So why wouldn't I want to share that with everyone else so they experience it? So I'm going to tell you to live like this. And my wife is subjugated and she's obedient. So she's going to say her life is really good. She's going to be maybe lying through her teeth, but she has to hold that position. So you need to talk to my wife. Candy, you need to talk to my wife, because she loves her life.
Well, some of these wives, I will say, might be telling the truth, because they do have nannies and they have chefs and they have, you know what I'm saying? They're not living the life of the common, like when I was a stay-at-home mom, because I had to be, according to the religion, right? The best moms are the stay-at-home moms in what I was believing at the time, right? I was doing all the things, like I didn't even have grandparents helping us. We didn't have grandparents. I didn't have, and then when we started deconstruct, there was no aunts, helping very much, because they all bailed on us. You know what I'm saying? So it was, and we lost our entire community for a good chunk. And you're working not just one job, like these guys have been making tons of money that can just, and they get to go to lunches and flights, and they're going all over the place. No, you're busting your ass for, 16 hours a day, and then coming home and you're missing your family and your wife, and all these things are just passing by you because you've got to make another dollar just so that we can continue to put food on the table. Like, it was just insane. It was insane. And that is what these roles that people are trying to fulfill so that they can have a future someday in heaven that'll pay for it all. It'll all be worth it someday. And then people will say, well, then what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong about all of it?
But yeah, and they don't care about that, because what they care about is that they give this promise afterwards, because the ones that are preaching it usually are comfortable and they love it, and they can hold that as a carrot in front of all these other. See how well we are here?
This is what you could have.
Look at my house. Look at my car. Look at, my family's in line. They're all, perfect. This could be what you have because I follow the rules of Jesus. But you have this promise afterwards. So, yeah, you may suffer now, but it's going to be worth it when you die, because you're going to get all this stuff. And it's not because they're going to get there at the end, probably, if what we think is true, and just be like, well,
you squandered it all.
Piss that away.
You didn't enjoy it. Yeah. You pissed it away. You took the talent and hid it. You didn't make any. You didn't enjoy the skills that you had. You didn't bring more goodness into the world. That, the gifts that you had, you didn't shine them for the world. You just kept them for you and your small group or whatever. You just really didn't live. You didn't experience life. There's so many things that, and I'm just like coming to that understanding myself and learning how to take risks, do different things that we wouldn't have done in Christianity, not because they were sinful, but more because it's not just the, drugs or alcohol or whatever, even though I think those things, like, you could try what you want to try, but, obviously know that there are things that are addictive and know you're, but I think once you kind of heal some of that emotional stuff, you don't get addicted too easily. I'm not saying you can't be, but a lot of addiction is rooted in emotional suppression. Yeah. But as you heal that stuff, then you can kind of be like, well, what do I like? And I think a lot of us as deconstruction kind of get to a point where we start to ask ourselves, like, what do I even...
who I am.
Like, first of all, what am I living for? What I get to make the meaning. And I've heard a lot of atheists say that they get to make the meaning. And I feel like that is true. Like, in some ways, I kind of totally get the atheist. I just still believe that we're just eternal. Yeah. Essence. We have an eternal essence about us. But I'm just like, and that brings me comfort. If it's not true, it's not true. I'm not going to be devastated. I won't know, right? Okay. And if I'm wrong and the Christian God is real, then I'll just say I was more loving than you were. So I don't know. You kind of have to make a decision. Are you going to throw someone who's more loving than you? Like, I loved those who maybe I felt a little uncomfortable around sometimes. Maybe maybe I felt, maybe I didn't like how they lived their lives. It wasn't my taste, but I didn't care to it was their life. I didn't care to tell them how to live their lives. Yeah. And I felt like I accepted them just as they were. I'd rather they be honest with me than try to pretend and wear a mask. But you wanted us to wear masks and be something that we didn't like. You wanted to force us to just fit a mold. And I didn't think that was loving, but okay. So that's what I would say to that God. I don't have any problem, and if he throws me in hell for that, I guess I would just go to hell. But yeah, I just thought it's just interesting to or pretend that we're in a video game. Mm-hmm. And if it's a video game and it's like you're like a Sims character, how do you live your life? How would you live your life? Like, it would be kind of a little thought experiment to try each day in a row, like to live your life as that kind of person with that belief. And then the next day as a person with that belief, and see which one resonates with you, which one feels the most truest to you. I know that Christians, evangelicals, are never going to try this. So this is much more for people who are curious and open to trying new things. But it's just different. It makes you think like, I don't want to throw it away. I don't want to not do the things that I want to try before I die. You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
So if you got an inkling, just do it. You know?
I mean,
taste the rainbow.
Yeah. I keep feeling like I always have to put on these little caveats like, as long as it's not going to hurt you or other people. Like, why do I feel like I have to do that all the time? People have common sense, but you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, I don't want people to accuse, oh, you said this person went and jumped off a cliff because you said if you feel like it, do it. No, like if you feel like you want to jump off a cliff and it's not like with all the gear where people do gliding or whatever it is, you need to go see a therapist. That's what you need to do. The thing you're resisting, go see a therapist and start talking to them and see if you can get some help so that you don't want to end things because it's your one precious life and it should be enjoyed.
Amen, sister. So. All right. Well, if you're listening to us on a podcast streamer, give us 5 stars. We'd appreciate that greatly. If you got a minute, give us a little comment. We love hearing from you folks. So if you can do that for us, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're listening to us on YouTube, feel free and please like, subscribe, and follow because that helps us out greatly there. And on both of them, if you go down below in the descriptions, you can find links to us. Dan and Can, our website's on there, which has everything we're doing. And there's also a couple other links that are under Dan and Can also that you can get to that Candy put up for some of the things she put out, Substacks and whatnot. So if you want anything from us, just go down below and click on them links. We'd appreciate it greatly. And happy Halloween, everyone. Go out and terrify your neighborhood and then hand candy to the people after they crap themselves.
And no poison in the candy, please.
Or razor blades, because that was an epidemic in the 80s that if you just look, there were so many people dying from
Could you
razor
imagine
cuts
even taking the time to do that anyways?
How are you going to put a full razor blade in a miniature Snickers bar?
I don't know. Or like drug dealers taking what they make their money off of and sprinkling it on the candy so these kids don't even know what it has. It's not like they're going to come back for more. They don't know where they got it. First of all, they just they just feel really sick for a while. And it was stupid, but people fell for it. So, including our parents.
That's the way of people. They fall for stupid things. So,
also included sometimes. All
Happy Halloween.
Love you. Happy Halloween. Bye.
Bye.